Instagram. Now, Instagram says, and I don't know if it's for real or not. TikTok is this. I'm gonna give you 50,000 a month to do reels on my platform.
Yeah.
What fan base gonna do when somebody like that saying, I'm gonna give you money to come create content on my platform, and you got competition like that?
Right now, I have no answer for that. I can't. I can't do that now because we're just not there. Because that's a $1.5 trillion company saying that. They got the money.
Yeah.
They can throw money into a fire. It doesn't matter. They got the money to spend. But I don't think you can buy audience.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is,
talk to me.
Now, and I said I think this space that this TikTok delay, I don't think it's necessarily to let TikTok stay or to find a deal. I really don't think. I think it's to give Instagram enough time to copy as much as they can or mimic TikTok as much as they can, so that when it does go away, people are it's easier to transition. I would say that's more likely to happen than they're gonna sell 50% of the company in XYZ.
Okay.
Like I said before, I was like TikTok was TikTok was in my office. Like they were in my office building. They shared office space where we are.
Damn.
Close to where we are. Yeah. I know where they are. They moved out. They moved out a couple days ago. So that told me something. If TikTok was there and they moved out, like I knew where their office was in the complex of where we are.
Exactly.
And they have moved out in the last 7 days. That offices, they moved out. So that told me something. I don't know what that means.
Ooh.
It means there's something though.
There's some writing on the wall with that.
They moved out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you tell me. They was here and they had an office, and all of a sudden I seen the dude packing boxes.
Yeah.
Over the weekend and they gone. That means something.
It means fan base is moving in.
Exactly.
If you have not invested, invest. If you ain't downloaded, download. What do you lastly? What do you got to let the people know and just give them the rundown of what they need to be doing, sir?
So we need to go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest.
Yeah.
The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. You are actually having ownership in the platform, right? When you go to Start Engine, you're gonna make an account. Think of that as like your wallet, your stock wallet, like a crypto wallet. That's where you always go check on your shares, right? You'll make the investment. They'll do a background check. Once that comes back, you'll get a confirmation email to say, hey, I want to confirm that I want to invest. You click confirm. They pull that money into a disbursement queue for us. When we put that money in our bank account, you're invested in Fanbase. And that's the process. And so I just think it's extremely important that we capitalize on this moment. I keep saying, like, yo, we never been here before, fellas.
Yeah.
That's the conversation.
Very interesting.
That's the conversation that when I say black media, like when I really we've never been here before. This should be the #1 story in tech.
Come on.
Not only black media in tech, period. That there's an independently funded startup that the users own that has raised $17 million so far, is raising an additional 10, is competing with legacy platforms like Instagram and TikTok that are worth billions of dollars, and newer platforms that are worth billions of dollars, and they're right there with it. And this is the ultimate underdog story of the year.
Exactly.
And there's an opportunity for the people to own the app, the community to own the app, the culture to benefit, to be disruptive, and people just sit back like, yeah.
So how do people confirm what you're saying? Like for all the naysayers and the people be like, oh, he just talking. Like,
no, listen. I mean, well, I'll say this. I've heard now. You got to give me some space to dispel some rumors.
Okay, come on.
All right. So to the TikTok community, because a lot of people get on TikTok and say Fanbase costs money to use, and I'm like, no, Fanbase doesn't cost money to use, ladies and gentlemen. Fanbase gives you the opportunity to charge for your content if you want to.
Yeah.
Right? They say, I gotta pay to like something. No. You don't have to pay to like anything. Likes are free. If you want to tip somebody, we call that love. You can buy that love from the App Store, and then you tip the person that way. So, but once it gets out there, it's like, I heard Fanbase, you got to pay to be on the platform. I heard it costs, they charge you per month to be on there. No, so that's how, and then a lot of people will say that to spread the misinformation, and then once you hear it, they be like, yeah, I heard Fanbase costs money to use. I'm like, no. So one, Fanbase is free to download or free to use. Doesn't cost any money to use. It doesn't cost any money to like anything.
That's right.
You can tip somebody if you want to. You don't have to tip them if you don't want to.
Exactly.
If you do tip them, you buy love.
That's right.
And that's the heart icon. There's a thumbs up icon to like. There's a heart icon to love.
Exactly.
So we have likes and loves. We created that. So we show people love. That's tipping.
Exactly.
And then you can have subscribers if you want. If
it's
you
the same thing of all these other apps. It's just different wording. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but for some reason people say, oh yeah, but that's how people spin a narrative. I've seen TikTok videos. I've seen young people like, I can tell you it costs money to download Fanbase. Or here's another thing. Oh, let me do this.
Yeah.
I don't know this lady's name. Oh my gosh, she on YouTube. I want to call her out so bad. It's a woman that got a YouTube page.
Yeah.
And she did a whole hour-long episode, and they were talking about Fanbase. And it says, is it really black-owned? With a question mark beside it.
Oh my God.
All right. Let me talk about this real quick. Because I've dealt with this for years. All right. So first and foremost, Fanbase is black owned. I'm the founder. I'm the sole founder of the company.
That's right.
There was no co-founder. I sole founded the company. I went to try to find black developers to build Fanbase right here out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
That became a challenge because a lot of people didn't necessarily even believe in what I was doing. And we're kind of like, it's cool, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
By chance, my attorney introduced me to someone that had built a website for a movie production that he was doing, and it was a development company. That development company, the CTO and the owner of the company, the owner of the company happened to live in Atlanta, but was from Argentina.
Yeah.
So the development team is in Argentina.
Okay.
He said they did a really good job, but they make apps for like the CDC and Taco Bell and Heineken and all these great companies. You should check them out. I meet with this company, and the guy's name is Ramiro. We hit it off.
Yeah.
The fact that I couldn't find anybody to build what I needed to build, and this company was there and they wanted to do it and they could do it, I hired the company. I'm still the owner of the platform.
Facts.
I hired them to build Fanbase.
That's right.
They built it phenomenally. And it was less expensive because the development team is in Argentina.
Exactly.
It would have cost me $600,000 to build Fanbase rather than $200,000.
Yeah.
Now, $200,000 is still a lot of money for me to just put out.
Come on now.
But I wouldn't have been able to do it in the United States of America with developers, right? So we do that. Not only do they build the platform masterfully, they want to invest in it and put their own money into having equity in the platform before anybody did. So the people so it's like you rock with who rock with you.
Exactly. Facts.
If I go to some black developers like, yo, can you help me with my app? And they're like, nah, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
And then I meet a guy and says, yeah, I can do it. And then I pay them and they do it. And matter of fact, yo, this is dope. Can we invest in this? Yeah, come on in. So now when we have these conversations about being black owned, because they might pull up a page and see, they might see Ramiro and Santi and the development team and the senior development team be like, these aren't black people.
Yeah.
I'm like, but dog, that's who rock with me.
Exactly.
I tried.
Exactly.
And the platform is phenomenal.
Facts.
Okay? Secondly, they own part of the platform, but there's 19,000 investors have invested in Fanbase. The majority of the investors that own the platform are myself, I'm black, and the other people that have invested are black too. Now there's white people, there's people in India, across the world that have invested in Fanbase. There's people in Saudi Arabia, there's people in Brazil, there's people all over the planet that are buying shit, because you can invest in Fanbase all over the planet. The only restrictions there is the UK and Canada, they have some sort of weird restriction. But globally, there's people in Africa that have invested in Fanbase. So the ownership of the company is held by myself and the people that invest in the company. So Fanbase is a black-owned company. So just because you see some people that rock with me when I went to my people, it was like, yo.
Come on.
And I couldn't, and I had a vision, and I needed to build what I needed to build to get what was in my head out. And I found the company that did that masterfully and still does to this day. And they actually put their own money up to have equity in the company, which is a win for me.
Come on.
Because I wouldn't be able to raise money. I wouldn't be able to raise money without them owning part of the company. Because if I go to an investor and say, hey, I want to be able to build something. Okay, Mr. Tech Founder, you are not a coder. So who's going to back up what you say? They are.
Exactly.
If I don't have them, you can't. So the fact they have to own part of that, because a lot of people build, and this is just advice for people that want to build apps. When you go outsource your code or outsource your tech and building your company to India and these other companies, if you don't own the code or you don't have a CTO, it's going to be hard to raise capital, because those people can leave, they can walk away.
Yeah.
We out, bye. Thank you. Here's your code. Here's your product. We gone.
Exactly.
How can you run it? You don't run it. So it behooves you to have a development team and a CTO and all them that own part of your company, because they're along for the ride with you. So if Fanbase wins, they win. We all win together.
Exactly.
And so I wanted to dispel those rumors. Fanbase is absolutely black owned.
Okay.
And I've done a pretty good job at being independent and leveraging to retain ownership.
Facts.
So that I do have the available space to take on more investors and raise capital. So that's the independent route. Again, like I said before, if you go to a record company right now and just try to sign, they're going to give you the 7-album deal. They're going to give you $500,000 advance. They're going to want 50% of your publishing, 50% of your show money, and that's the deal.
Yeah.
If you spend your own money getting yourself hot, developing yourself like we did with Fanbase,
Facts.
and building your own products separate from their capital, and you start to move up the App Store charts. Now you can't give me the deal. You got to give me the cash money deal.
Facts.
And I wanted to build Fanbase in a way that the investors and users, we could put ourselves in a position to get the cash money deal. Because I know that. Because I've seen my other friends that are founders get voted out of their companies.
Facts.
I've seen them lose position. I've seen them, other people. I mean, I tell you, watch Movie Pass, Movie Crash. You ever seen Movie Pass, Movie Crash? Watch it.
Yeah.
It's about Stacey Sparks and other guy Matt, and they built Movie Pass for 7 years. And they brought on some people that didn't look like them and gave them board seats, and they got voted out of their own shit. And then those people started calling themselves the founders.
Oh, hell no.